City Gaming here, back with another video. And today I will be showing you guys how to build like the One Piece logo, and it's also like the pirate ship that they have on in the show One Piece, like the flag emblem. It's basically like Luffy's skull. So before we get started with that, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal who today's shout out is. The first one that I will give in the tutorial land episode, shout out number 2, and today's shout out goes to Pro Gaming. I've seen them comment on a few of the videos, and they're really supportive, so I wanted to give them a shout out. So yeah, you've been added to the board, Pro Gaming. I will leave their channel down in the description, even though they don't have any videos on it. But I'll still leave them down in the description in case they wanted to start growing subs or something. So yeah, congratulations to Pro Gaming. If you guys want to shout out, just make sure you comment down that you want a shout out, and I'll give you a shout out. Or subscribe, comment done, or give me a suggestion of what to build, and I'll give you a shout out. So yeah, today we are going to be building kind of like the One Piece logo. This is going to be a huge build. So I kind of marked it out in like a square. So if you want to build this, like the space that's needed is this, starting from this block being 1, count all the way to the end, and that's 100 blocks. And starting from this block again, counting up is 86. So this is the first block right here. So 1, 2, 3. Goes all the way up to 86. So yeah, it's a really big space. Alright, so once you guys are ready, what you will need is some white concrete, black concrete. You're also going to need some red concrete and some brown concrete. And that should be it. I mean, you can like change for the hat. You could change this, like the straw hat. You could change the color maybe to a different brown. But I'm just going to go ahead and use brown concrete for this one. So like the grid, you can either keep it in like the pirate like flag shape, or like with the grid around it, but you don't necessarily have to. But I'm going to destroy the black after, so I'm just going to build a skull, but I just wanted to have the black kind of like to mark out the space. Okay, starting from like the left side of the grid, if you made the grid, starting from this block, what you're going to want to do is just count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. On the 19th block, you're going to go ahead and place a white concrete. Okay, so this will be the start of it. If you didn't make the grid, then that's okay. But this is the start of it. Okay, from that white concrete, what you're going to go ahead and do is go right of that white concrete by 4 with your white concrete. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So just basically start off with the row of 5 on the ground. If you come to the left side of that row of 5, you're going to do 2 up left diagonals. So that's going to be 1 and 2. On that second up left diagonal, go up by 1. Do another up left diagonal and go up by 1 again. Then do an up right diagonal and then do an up left diagonal to give you a shape that should look like this. From that up left diagonal that we just did, you're going to go left of that by 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, to create this row of 4 with the white concrete. From that row of 4 that we made with the white concrete, you're just going to do 3 up left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So that from that third up left diagonal that we just made, you're just going to go up of that block by 3 with your white concrete. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Scratch that. Go up by 4. My bad. Yeah, you're going to go up by 4 with your white concrete. Okay, so it should create a row of 5. So then what you're going to want to do is do 2 up right diagonals. So that's 1 and 2. From that second upright diagonal, go right by 1. Then do another upright diagonal and go right by 1 again. Then what you're going to want to do is do a bottom right diagonal, go right by 1, and then do another bottom right diagonal, this time going right by 2. So 1 and 2 to give you a shape that looks like this. We're starting to make like the little, one of the skull like bones that pop out. Okay, then what we can go ahead and do is come to the bottom, like where we first started with that row of 5. From that row of 5, just do 2 up right diagonals. So that's 1 and 2. From that second upright diagonal, go up by 1. Then do another upright diagonal and go up this time by 2. So 1 and 2. Then do an up left diagonal, go up by 1, do another up left diagonal, and you'll make this shape. From that up left diagonal that we just did, go ahead and do 4 upright diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 to give you this shape. From that 4th upright diagonal, go right by 1, then do 2 upright diagonals. So 1 and 2. From that second upright diagonal, you're going to go up by 4 with your white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to do another upright diagonal and go up once again by 4. But actually, you can go ahead and go up by 6. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, coming from that long row of white concrete that we made, like that 7 blocks that's right here, what you're going to want to do is come to the very top of that row of 7, and from that top block, just move it right and then move it up by 1 to make a shape that looks like this. Okay, so after we made that, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is coming to this row of 3 that we made earlier, you're just going to do 9 upright diagonals from this row of 3. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. From that 9th upright diagonal, you're going to go right by 1, then do another upright diagonal, and it should connect like this and should extend like 2 more upright diagonals as if you did 3 to make this shape like this. Alright, what we can go ahead and do now is this shape that we just made, just fill it all in with white concrete. So I'll be back when that is done. Alright, after you have this entirely filled in, I strongly recommend making the grid. If you have not made it yet, I strongly recommend making it because it makes this tutorial and this entire build a lot easier to build. So we're going to start from the right side of the grid now. If you didn't make it, I'm sorry that you didn't make it because it makes it so much easier. So if you haven't made it yet, go back and make it because it will help a lot. Okay, coming from the right side of the grid, what we're going to go ahead and do is count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 blocks. On that 23rd block, go ahead and place a white concrete. Coming from that white concrete, you're going to go ahead and place 3 more white concrete to the right of that block. So 1, 2, 3 to create a row of 4 like this. Coming from that row of 4, you're just going to do an up right diagonal on the right side, go right by 1, and then do another upright diagonal. From that upright diagonal, you're going to go ahead and go up by 4 with your white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to do another upright diagonal and go right by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do 3 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. From that 3rd upright diagonal, just go up by 3 with your white concrete. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do an up left diagonal. Go up by 1 and do another up left diagonal. Then what you're going to want to go ahead and do is just go left of this up left diagonal that we just did by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, after you made this kind of weird question mark kind of shape, you're going to go down to the bottom where we first started with that row of 4. And instead of going to the right side, now go to the left side and do an up left diagonal. From that up left diagonal, go left by 1 and do another up left diagonal. From that up left diagonal, you're going to go up on that white concrete by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then do an up right diagonal and go up by 1 to create this shape. Coming back to this row of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that we made earlier, you're just going to do a bottom left diagonal. From the bottom left diagonal, go left by 1, then do an up left diagonal and go left by 1 to create a shape that looks like this. Okay, coming to the shape that we just made right now, if you come to the left side of that shape where we made that row of 2, you're just going to do 7 up left diagonals. That's a lot, but bear with me. Do 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, then what you're going to want to do is after that 7th up left diagonal, you're going to go on top of that 7th one up by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. From that 7th block, what you're going to go ahead and do is do another up left diagonal and go up by 2. So 1, 2. From that second block, do another up left diagonal and go up by 1 to create a shape that looks like this. Okay, coming from this, like, on the right side of the shape that we made, where we have those 2 blocks that go, like, from right to left, you're just going to keep doing up left diagonals until you connect. So I'm going to count them out just so you guys have the same number. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And they should connect. Wait, you should actually have 11. They should connect with like this spearhead triangle, like 2 of them. It should connect like this. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but this should be the shape. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with white concrete, and I'll be back when that's all done. Alright, I have completed the filling in of the right side. So this is what it ultimately should look like now, with the 2 little like bottom skull parts done. 2 parts done, we can go ahead and start on the middle part. As I was doing this, I realized that we don't need the brown concrete. We need yellow concrete for the straw hat. I don't know why I grabbed the brown. I guess I blanked out or something. Alright, so let's get started on the middle part. If you haven't built a grid, I strongly recommend, because I don't know how you'll be able to do this tutorial without the grid, but alright. Coming from the left side of that thing that we just made, like on the left, the first one that we made of the skull, coming from this row 5, what you're going to want to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. On that 21st block, what you're just going to want to do is place a black concrete like this. On top of that black concrete, place a white concrete, and then destroy that black concrete that you had originally made. So it should be that white concrete should be floating by 1. From that white concrete, you're going to go right by 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like that. Sorry if that was confusing, but that's how it should be. Okay, from that, like, 15, row 15 that we made, come to the left of that row 15, you're going to do an up left diagonal. From that up left diagonal, go left by 1. Then do another up left diagonal and go left by 1 again. From that like left one that we just did, you're going to do 4 up left diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. From that 4th up left diagonal, you're going to go up by 1 and do another up left diagonal. Then what you can go ahead and do is go up by 2, so that's 1 and 2, and then do another up left diagonal and go up this time by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make a shape like this. Now let's go to the right side of the row 15 that we started with and do an up right diagonal. Actually, do 2 upright diagonals, so 1 and 2. From the second upright diagonal, go right by 1. And then do 4 upright diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. From that 4th upright diagonal, go up by 1. And then do another upright diagonal. And this time go up by 2. So that's 1 and 2. Then do another upright diagonal. Then go up by 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. To make a shape that looks like this. This kind of looks like a smiley face. Let's go on the left side of that like smiley face that we just made. And coming from this left side of this row of 3, 4, 5 that we made, you're just going to go right on the first, like the top block by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. And go right by 1 once again. Then do another bottom right diagonal and go right by 1. Then do another bottom right diagonal, but this time go right by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do another bottom right diagonal and go right by 3 again. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's go to the right side of our smiley face. It's the easiest way to do it. From this top block, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're just going to do a bottom left diagonal. Then go left by 1. Then do another bottom left diagonal and go left by 2. So 1, 2. Then do another bottom left diagonal and go left by 2 once again. Then do another bottom left diagonal and this time go left by 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now do a final bottom left diagonal and go right until you do connect over here to where you do another bottom right diagonal. So it should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks on the bottom row to make this like kind of smiley face. You can go ahead and fill this little smiley face in with white concrete, and I'll be back when that is done. Okay, once you have that all filled in, it should look like this. Okay, now coming from the left side of like the little smiley face kind of thing that we made, go ahead and take out your black concrete. Where we have these like 2 that are sticking out like on the left, very far left side, what you're going to want to do is on top of these 2 blocks, just place another 2 black concretes on top of that. And then on top of those 2 black concretes, go ahead and place another 2 black concretes to make like this 2 by 2 kind of square thing. On top of that 2 by 2 that we just made that we used our black concrete, take out your white concrete and go ahead and place like, how do I explain this? So on the very far left side, place 4 white concretes going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the right of that, go ahead and place on like the other right block on the black concrete that's right next to that, go ahead and place 5 white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give a shape that looks like this. Then on the right side of this row 5 that we just made, do like a bottom right diagonal and then go down by another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, my bad. 4. I forgot that we already made this block. So it's a total row of 5, but only do it 4. Coming back to the top of this shape, what you can go ahead and do is go right of it by 1 and then do a bottom right diagonal. Go right by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals. And on that second bottom right diagonal, go right by 1. On those 2 blocks that we just placed, just extend them both down by 1. On the left side of the 2 by 2, extend that block down by 2. So 1 and 2. Then go left of that block by 2. So 1, 2. Do an up left diagonal and go left by 1 to make this shape. You can go ahead and destroy that black concrete that we made earlier. And then fill this little shape in with your white concrete. I'm not going to cut it because it's really small part. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in. And there you go to make this shape. Okay, next what we can go ahead and do is come above the shape that we just made. And where you got this little like block just kind of pointing out, place a black concrete on top of it. On top of that black concrete, place 2 white concrete. So 1 and 2. From those 2 white concrete, what you're going to go ahead and do is on the right of that, place another 2 white concrete. And then from this white concrete, like on the bottom right corner of that little square, do a bottom right diagonal. Whoa. You can destroy the black concrete from earlier. From that bottom right diagonal, go right by 1. Do another bottom right diagonal and go right by 2. So 1 and 2. Then go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go left by 2. So 1 and 2. Then do an up left diagonal and go left by 2. So 1 and 2. From that second, like you can just go ahead and connect it down like this and go ahead and fill in that shape that we just made. Once again, I'm not going to cut these parts because they're relatively small. To give a shape that looks like this, the logo is really starting to come together, so we've got that. Okay, what we can go ahead and do now is coming from that shape that we just made, like that very top one, we can come down to this like corner, like the bottom right corner, where we have these blocks right here. And on the right side, go ahead on the last two blocks that's right here, just place a black concrete right there, like that. From that black concrete, you're going to take out your white concrete and place another two white going like this. And below those two white, place another white concrete. But from that white concrete, do a bottom right diagonal and go ahead and go right by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From that 6, go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then go left by 1. Then do an up left diagonal and go left by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. From that 4, just go down by 1 to connect it like an upright diagonal, and you can destroy the black blocks from earlier. Then go ahead and fill in that shape that we just made with your white concrete. And the shape should look like this once it is all filled out. Coming from the shape that we just made, on that bottom row, just go ahead and fill that entire bottom row with black concrete right underneath to give you a shape like this. Then below that bottom row of black concrete that we just place a whole row of white concrete to give you a shape like this. And then you can destroy that black concrete that we placed earlier. So from this row, what you're going to go ahead and do is just make this same white row 4 more times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So after you do it those 4 times, what you can go ahead and do is coming from that left side of like that square that we made, just skip that block and then extend the other ones down by 1 to make the shape like this. And now we got the whole left side of like the teeth part done. Okay, now we're basically just gonna like make everything we made on the left side, but like flip it. So then coming from the one that we just made, go ahead and place a row of black concrete extending down like this. Then what you can go ahead and do is after that, you can go ahead and place like 7 white concrete going right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and make the same row 4 more times. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then same thing as we did on the other side, but this time, instead of skipping just 1, you're going to go ahead and skip 2. So you're going to skip the first 2 blocks that are on the right side and just place the remaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can destroy the black concrete row that we made in the middle, and this should give you a shape like this. Coming above the shape that we just made, what you're going to go ahead and do is just place the black concrete row right on top of that. And coming from the left side of that black concrete row, you're just going to go ahead and place 6 white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you can go ahead and destroy that black concrete row that we placed earlier. And you're going to make this row of 6 4 more times. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. After we made it the 4 more times, you're going to come to the right side of that like square that we just made, and just on the right side, just place the first 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 to leave like a gap of 2 like this, and this should give you this shape. Now we just have to make 2 more teeth. So coming from the shape that we just made on the right side, what you're going to go ahead and do is from that block that we just placed, you're just going to place 4 black concrete, like coming from the top right down. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So from that 4 that we just placed, what you can go ahead and do is place 4 white concrete next to it. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 to give you something like this. And you can go ahead now and destroy those black concrete that we placed earlier. From that row 4, you're going to go ahead and do a bottom right diagonal, go right by 1, do another up right diagonal, go right by 1, do another up right diagonal, go right by 1, and do another up right diagonal. From that upright diagonal, do an up left diagonal, go up by 1, do another up left diagonal, This time go left by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal, go left by 2, so 1 and 2, and it should connect to make this shape. And then you can go ahead and fill in that shape with your white concrete, and it should look like this. So now we just have to make one more like tooth. So coming from this one that we made a little bit earlier, what you can go ahead and do is on that top right, just place the 2 black concretes that extend right. From those 2 black concretes, place 2 more white concretes that extend right, and you can destroy those black concretes that we made earlier. And then from those 2 white concretes, just go and make an up right diagonal, go right by 1, make another up right diagonal, go right by 1, make another up right diagonal, and go right by 1 once again. Then do a bottom right diagonal, go down by 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal, go left by 1. Then do another bottom left diagonal, go left by 1. And do another bottom left diagonal and go left by 1. From that bottom left diagonal and left by 1 that we just made, just go ahead and go up by 1 to make a shape like this. And now you can go ahead and fill out the shape. And once this shape is entirely filled out, that would be like the end of the teeth, and that's pretty much the entire bottom half of the logo. So this is how it looks like as a whole. Okay, once that is all done, we can get started on like the top half. So what we can do is coming in like in the middle of the teeth. So as you can see, there's like this big line that's just like this big gap. We can place between these 2 teeth, just place this like row of 5 black concrete that's right there. On top of that row of black 5 concrete, like the 3 middle blocks, just extend them up by 1. So to make like a row of 3. And then you can go ahead and destroy those black concretes that we placed. Alright, coming on the left side of that row of 3, do an up left diagonal, and then go left by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make a row of 5. From that row of 5 that we made, you can go ahead and make another up left diagonal, and this time go left by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do another up left diagonal and go left by 2. So 1 and 2. Then you can do another 2 up left diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. And then from that second up left diagonal, go left by 1 to give you a shape that looks like this. From that up left diagonal, do 2 up left diagonals again, so that's 1 and 2. From that second up left diagonal, go left by 1. And then what you can go ahead and do is just do another up left diagonal, this time go up by 1, and do another 3 up left diagonals, so that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then from that 3 up left diagonals, just go up by 1 on that third one, and then do another up left diagonal, go up by 1, do another up left diagonal, and go up by 1 once again to give you this shape that looks like this. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys, but if I am, I'm very sorry about that. Okay, after those 3 like up left diagonals and up ones that we did, you can go ahead and do another up left diagonal. This time go up left by 2, 1 and 2. And then do another up left diagonal and go up by 2 once again. So 1 and 2. And you make this shape. It's like a huge circle as of now. Okay, once you have made that shape, we can go ahead and come to the right side of that like row of 3 that we made a little bit earlier. And coming from the right side, you can do an up right diagonal and go right by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then you can do another up right diagonal and go right by 3 once again. So 1, 2, 3. And then do another up right diagonal, go right by 2. So 1 and 2. And then you can do 2 up right diagonals. So that's 1 and that's 2 to give you this shape. And then from that second like upright diagonal, you just go right by 1. Do another 2 upright diagonals. So 1 and 2. And then go right by 1. And then go ahead and do 3 upright diagonals, so that's 1, 2, and 3. And on that third one, just go up by 1. And then do 2 upright diagonals, so that's 1, 2. On the second upright diagonal, go right by 1. Go up by 1. And then do another upright diagonal, go up by 1. Then do another upright diagonal, But this time, instead of going up by only 1, you're going to go up by 2. So that's 1 and 2. And then you're going to go ahead and do another upright diagonal. This time going up by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And on that third block that we just went up, you're just going to go right by 1 to give you this shape. And then what you can actually do is coming from that right side, just connect this side all the way until, all the way till you get to this side. And if you did everything right, they should connect like that to give you this shape, like a kind of really big smile. Okay, so once you have that, what you can go ahead and do is just fill in like the first 3 rows. Yeah, you can go ahead and fill in the first 3 rows. So here's the first row, so that's 1. Here's the second row, so that's 2. And then here's the third row. So just fill in the first 3 rows so that it's like there's a 3 and then that's the 4th if you count that one. So then coming from like the very middle block, take out your black concrete, and coming from like the very middle like block, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So on that 5th block, just place a black concrete. From that black concrete, go left by 2, so 1, 2. And then from that same black concrete that we went left by 2, you're just going to go right by 1. From that right by 1, do an upright diagonal, go up by 1, do an up left diagonal, go left by 3, so 1, 2, and 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal, go down by 1, and everything should connect, and you just fill in that little thing, and that's like the skull's nose. Okay, coming from the skull's nose, what you can go ahead and do is just go right as that by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your white concrete. Then from that white concrete, that 5th white concrete, just do an up left diagonal with your black concrete. And then what you're going to want to do is go left of that black concrete by 6 with your black concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then do 4 up left diagonals. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, after you do those 4 up left diagonals, what you're going to go ahead and do is just go up on that 4th black concrete by 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to make like a row of 7. Then you're going to go do 3 upright diagonals. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to go right by 1, do another upright diagonal, and go right by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom right diagonal, go right by 1, do another bottom right diagonal, go right by 1 again, then go down by 1, do 2 bottom right diagonals, so 1 and 2, and then you're going to go ahead and go down by 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. From that 4, you're going to do a bottom left diagonal, go down by 1, and then keep doing bottom left diagonals until you connect back. So it should just be 2 bottom left diagonals until you connect back to the beginning row of 7 that we made to get a shape that looks like this. And then you can go ahead and just fill in this little eye. Alright, there you go. Filled it all in, and there is one of the eyes. Okay, now let's go ahead and fill in the second eye. So once again, coming from this nose, what you can go ahead and do is extend this like nose by 6 to the right. So that's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Whoa, what happened? 3, 4, 5, and 6. I looked away for like a split second. Okay, from the row of 6, you're going to do an upright diagonal with your black concrete. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is from that black concrete, go 6 to the right with your black concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. From that 6, you're just going to go ahead and do 3 upright diagonals. So that's 1, 2, and 3. From that third upright diagonal, go up by 1, and then do another upright diagonal. This time going up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to go ahead and do 2 up left diagonals. So that's going to be 1 and 2. From that second up left diagonal, go up by 1, then go left by 1, and then do an up left diagonal, go left by 1, and then do another up left diagonal. This time go left by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, then what you're going to want to do is do a bottom left diagonal, go left by 1, and then from there just do 3 bottom left diagonals. So that's 1, 2, and 3. After that third one, you can go ahead and go down by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to make a row of 7. Then do a bottom right diagonal, go down by 1, do a bottom right diagonal, and go right by 1, and it should connect like this. Then what you can go ahead and do is just fill in that entire eye with your black concrete like you did the other one. And then that will complete like the face with the nose and the 2 eyes. And then after this, all we're going to have to do is fill in that white concrete. And then we can get started on the straw hat and then also like the top 2 little bones that kind of stick out of like the skeleton head. So I'm about to finish this, and then it should look like this once you've done all that. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of that white that we just made, and I'll be back when that is all done. Okay, I am back, and it is all filled in now. So now we can get started on the straw hat. Okay, coming from the left side of like what we just made, what we can go ahead and do is take out the black concrete and do like an up left diagonal kind of thing from the top left, and then make like extend it up by 1. From the like extension up by 1, what you can go ahead and do is go left of that by 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then you can also go on the right side and do the same thing. So do an upright diagonal, extend it up by 1, and then go right of that by 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. After you do that 13th block, what you can go ahead and do is from that right side, just extend the yellow concrete all the way until you get to the end. So just keep extending it until you get to the end of that, like the black concrete that we placed on the right side. And there should be like a like a row of 2, like a 2 block gap between the like the white part and the yellow straw hat. And you can go ahead and destroy the black concrete for now. I'm most likely going to fill it in all black concrete because looking at it, it looks kind of incomplete without the black concrete. So I'm probably going to make it into like a flag. But I'm going to go ahead and do that later. So on top of that row of yellow that we just made, extend that yellow row up by 2. So just basically make 3 rows total of the yellow concrete. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. There's 2 rows. And then I'm going to go ahead and extend it by 3. So once that is done, we can get started. Okay, that is done. Now let's go to the left side of like the figure. And what you can basically do is from the very left side where we made that white, just take out your black concrete and go up by 2, and then you should have 2 black concrete and then 3 yellow. And then you should have 2 more black concrete. And then you should have 3 red concrete. So 1, 2, and 3. To give you like that. That's like the easiest way to start the hat. So then from those 3 red concrete, just do an upright diagonal. Then go up by 2. 1 and 2. You can also go to the right side. It's easier instead of just having to count out all the blocks to start from like the right side and left side. And coming from this row, not the one that's sticking out, but the row before that, you're going to do 2 black concrete, then 3 yellow concrete, and then 2 black concrete, and then it's going to be 4 red concrete. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to go ahead and do an up left diagonal, go up by 1, and this row that we went up by 1 should connect all the way. Well, I always forget to keep, it always like stops dragging. And it should extend all the way into the end like this. And basically we just keep extending these red concretes, and it basically kind of like fills it in. So I'll be back when this like entire red thing is filled in. Okay, once you have filled in all of that red, you can go ahead and come up to the left side of that red that we just placed, and basically take your black concrete out, and from that top left of the side of the red, just make like a 2x2 with your black concrete. And from that 2x2 with the black concrete, go ahead and do an up right diagonal to make this shape, like to just have the yellow block placed there. And on top of the yellow block, go up by 1. Then do an upright diagonal, go up by 1 again, and then do 7 upright diagonals. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you should be having 7 upright diagonals. From that 7th upright diagonal, you're going to go ahead and go right by 1. And then what you're going to do after that is do another up right diagonal and go right by 1. Then do another upright diagonal, go right by 1, and then do another upright diagonal, but this time only going right by 2. So 1 and 2. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is come to the right side now of the red that we placed earlier. And same thing, from that red side, like from the right side of the red, you're just going to go ahead and do a 2 by 2 with your black concrete. And then, but this time instead of doing an upright diagonal, you're just going to go ahead and like on that left side, you're just going to place a yellow concrete like this. Then you can go ahead and destroy that black concrete. Then do an up left diagonal, do another up left diagonal, go up by 1. And then what you can go ahead and do is do 7 up left diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. On the 7th up left diagonal, go left by 1, do another up left diagonal, go left by 1 again, and do another up left diagonal and go left by 1. Then do another up left diagonal, but this time going left by 2. Then do another up left diagonal and just connect it all the way into the end into where you can like connect it through a right, like upright diagonal. And then coming to the left side of that row of 2 that we started with, just go ahead and connect the yellow on the very bottom row all the way to the other row, like this. Okay, now go to the left side. And then from this side, what you can go ahead and do is just fill in a little bit of the yellow, but not too much. And it's easier to start on these 2 right here. And what you can go ahead and do is go right by 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually, go right by 3. It should make a row of 4 in total. And then on that like 5th block, you can go ahead and place 2 black concrete, so in the 5th and 6th, and then go up by 1, go right by 1, then go up by 2, so 1, 2. Those 2 blocks that we just placed, extend them both right by 1, and then on top of those 2 that we just extended right by 1, go up by 1, go right by 1, up by 1, right by 1 to make this shape. Alright, and then from there, what you can go ahead and do is where we place these 2 black concrete, on the bottom 2 there should be yellow, and then there should be 3 more yellow. So 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 black concrete, so 1, 2. On top of those 2 black concrete, extend them both up by 2 and by 1, so 1, 2. On that right side, extend that one up by 1, go right by 1, go up by 2, and on those last 2 blocks that we just placed, extend them both right by 1. Then what you can go ahead and do is from these like 2 blocks that are right here, you can extend them both to the right by yellow, by 2 with your yellow, and then extend them again to the right by 2, but this time with your black concrete. And then on the left side, place 1 down, and on the right side, place 1 up to make this shape. Get you something that looks like this. Now let's go to the right side of the hat, and we're almost done with the hat. What we can go ahead and do is from the 2nd row, you can just go ahead and place 4 yellow concretes going left, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. On that 4th one, on that 5th one, like that 5th block, you can go ahead and place a black concrete and go up by 1, go left by 1, go up by 2, so 1 and 2, and go left by 1, up by 1, left by 1, up by 1. And then from that first black concrete that we had placed, you can go ahead and go left of that black concrete by 5 with your yellow. Left of that, yeah, left by that with your yellow, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you can place a black concrete, go up by 1, go left by 1, and go up by 2 with your black concrete. And then the rest of it, you can go ahead and fill it all in with yellow concrete. And I'll be back when that is all done. Okay, I am back, and it is completely filled in. Once we fill in the black, it will look all more connected. But now let's get started on the final 2 parts that we have to do. So coming to the left side of the red, I already placed the white block, but you can go ahead and from this 3, just skip a row and then start the white block like right there. From that white block, you're just going to do 11 up left diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I know 11 is a lot, But after you do that 11th one, you can go ahead and go left by 2, so 1 and 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal. From that bottom left diagonal, what you can go ahead and do is extend that left by 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you can do 2 up left diagonals, so that's going to be 1 and 2. You're gonna have if you make the grid, which I hope you did, you get to well, you don't get to, but I mean you have to destroy the black concretes because that's how long it is. And then you can go ahead and go up with that by 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 with your white concrete. And then from there, do 3 upright diagonals, so that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then go right of that by 3, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Then do an upright diagonal and go up on that by 4 with your white concrete. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. From that 4th, you can do 2 upright diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. And then what you can go ahead and do is extend that top row by 4 to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. After you do that, do a bottom right diagonal, go right by 1. And then from that block, you're going to go down by 1, do a bottom right diagonal. From that bottom right diagonal, just go ahead and go down by 4. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do 2 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. And then just keep, actually, instead of doing a bunch of bottom right diagonals, let's go down to that first white concrete that we placed and go ahead and just go up on that block by 4, so that with your white concrete, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do an upright diagonal, go right by 1. Then do a upright diagonal, go up by 2. Then do an up left diagonal, go left by 1. And then now just do a bunch of up left diagonals until you connect to that block that we placed earlier, like that. And you should have this shape like that. We'll fill in the little skull thing after we do this one to save a little bit more time. So now let's come to the right side of the little skull thing and do the final part before we do all the filling in of the black. So coming from this row 4 that we have, you can go ahead and just skip 2 rows. So 1, 2, and on the 3rd one, place the white concrete. From that white concrete, what you can go ahead and do is go up by 1, do an up left diagonal, go up by 2, so 1 and 2. Then do an up left diagonal, go up by 1, and then do another up left diagonal and go up by 1 once again to give you a shape that looks like this. From this block, you can go right by 1, and then what you can go ahead and do is go 8 upright diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. After that 8 upright diagonal, you can do 2 up left diagonals, so that's going to be 1 and 2. And then what you can go ahead and do is go up by 4 with your white concrete. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do 3 upright diagonals, so that's going to be 1, that's going to be 2, and that's going to be 3. And then from there, you go right of that 3rd one. You can go ahead and go right of that by 4. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then what you can go ahead and do is do 2 bottom right diagonals. So that's going to be 1. That's going to be 2. From that second bottom right diagonal, what you're going to go ahead and do is just go down by 4. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you go down by 4, do a bottom right diagonal. Go right by 2, so 1 and 2. And then do another bottom right diagonal. Go right by 1. Do another bottom right diagonal. And then do another bottom right diagonal. From that bottom right diagonal, go down by 4 with your white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And extend that all the way. And then do 3 bottom left diagonals. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. From that 3rd bottom left diagonal, go left by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then do 2 up left diagonals. So that's 1 and 2. From that second up left diagonal, go left by 1. And then what you can go ahead and do is keep doing bottom left diagonals until you connect to the starting point. So let's go ahead and do that. And it should connect like this. And now what you can go ahead and do is fill in both of these skulls with white concrete, and I'll be back when that is done. Okay, I have filled in both of the white parts, and now basically all you have to do for the rest of the build is fill in the entirety of like the grid that we made. Fill in the rest with black concrete. So any spaces you see that are not done, like in between the teeth, right here, right there, all around, any space that you see that's within the grid, fill it in the rest with black concrete, and I'll be back when it is all complete. So here it is, the entire One Piece logo. If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. This was a long one. And once again, the shout out goes to Pro Gaming. You can't really see it from this side, but yeah, shout out to Pro Gaming. Subscribe to their channel if you guys would like to. And subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want me to build more big builds like this, let me know by hitting that like button. And let me know if any other builds you guys want me to build. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace! If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications so you can be notified of every single video. Thank you. Peace!